Alrighty, hey. So, hey guys. Alright. So yeah, Anime West Reacts here is going to be me reacting to Yozakura Family, chapters 3 and 4. Hope y'all enjoy the stream. If you do, then yeah, leave a comment. And yeah. Let's, I guess, get into this. So, chapter starts off, Mission Yozakura Family, Mission 3, Feelings. Got some big guy holding Mutsumi. She's yelling, Taiyo, help me. He says, can't even rescue one girl, huh? What a loser. And Taiyo yells, give. He says, give, and then he wakes up thinking, give Mutsumi back. And he's like, a dream. And then we go over to the mansion. We got Futaba saying, what is it? There, yeah, she's like spinning like a bunch of tops or something. Or, no, it's not tops. It's spinning a bunch of like weights. And says, what is it? And then she says, Mutsumi went shopping with everyone. Kyotaro is out of town on business too. And then Taiyo says, oh, that's not it. Actually, I came here to ask you a favor. And then Futaba says, a favor. And then Taiyo says, I want you to help me get stronger. And Futaba says, stronger, huh? I understand now. There's no need to rush. We intend to train you gradually since you're a normal person. And she's like, she's basically twirling a weight like a giant. I don't know how many pounds it would be, but it's pretty heavy looking. Taiyo says, but that'll take too long. Just like that bomber incident recently. It took everything I had just to keep Mutsumi from danger. I could have died too, since Mutsumi chose me. I want to get stronger for her sake, that's why. And then, yeah, Futaba just flings him around saying, don't be foolish. And he's like screaming. And then Futaba says, I may be small, but I'm talented in Aikido and Jiu-Jitsu. I started training when I was 3 years old and went on my first mission when I was 6. Even with my Yozakura talent, it took me 3 years to get strong enough. A normal person would need even more time. And so yeah, she tells him, as she like sets him back in the chair, says, don't think you can achieve something just because you want it badly enough. She like twirled him around and then puts him lightly back in his chair. Or in the chair, I guess. I think he was sitting in it. And then she says, but I don't want to waste your desire of wanting to protect Mutsumi. And she goes to like a drawer or something. And says, we could start training you in the Yozakura family style in earnest. And then Taiyo says, really? And she says, however, there's one condition. You can use one of our rooms, but before we start, for 1 month, you will have to live in this mansion. And then Taiyo's like, huh, is that it? And then Futaba's like, yep, I just want to see what you're made of before we start training. And she's like twirling the key. It says, just go about your daily life and think of it as a rehearsal for the real thing. We'll start training in 1 month's time. And then he says, thank you very much. And Futaba says, just go get your things and any necessities from home. And he says, okay. And then steps down on one of the stairs and it becomes a trap door. And so yeah, the stair opens up under him as a trap door and he almost falls through it. Manages to catch himself, and then Futaba's like, oh, I forgot to mention this mansion is set up with many spy training traps. And then Taiyo's like, what? And she says, trapdoors with sound sensors that will train you to tread silently. Infrared sensors will train you to crawl or move in special ways. For the Yozakura family, training is part of our day-to-day lives. If you can't even handle something like this, you'll never be able to get through the real thing. First survive this month. And Taiyo's thinking, I might not even survive the first day. And then he says, or he narrates, and this is how my life-threatening daily life of the Yozakura household started. This is day 1, you got like a cuckoo clock. And like it's just saying ugh rather than like a cuckoo noise or something. And then he wakes up, and then he's like, that's right, I'm staying at the Yozakura's house. For a minute there, I forgot where I am. And then, yeah, the cuckoo clock then proceeds to explode. Blows up the room. And then, yeah, Taiyo's like, told our alarm clocks are set to blow up after 10 seconds. You have to be able to wake up at a moment's notice. And then Futaba says, but now you're fully awake, right? And then Taiyo says, I almost never woke up again. Mutsumi says, are you okay, Taiyo? He's like wiping his face. And then she says, it's dangerous for you to live here, I'm worried. And Kingo says, should we start planning your funeral? And so, yeah. And it says Kingo, and he says, sorry. And then, yeah, Taiyo says, I'm surprised you're able to live here just fine. And then Mutsumi says, oh, the traps don't go off on me. And then Futaba says, you can deactivate the traps once the house accepts you. And Taiyo says, this house accepts me. And then, yeah, Futaba says, the traps in the house are all controlled by a computer. Once you clear all the traps, you'll be recognized as a member of the family. You'll be able to turn the traps on and off at will. It's like how in a game, when you clear all the traps, you get a bonus prize, Shion says. When we're injured or it's a bother, we turn them off. It says, a regular person could clear it in 2 years, good luck. Taiyo's like, I don't know if I could live here for 2 years. And then his stomach grows. He's like, my stomach. And Futaba says, don't ever let your guard down, even meals are a part of training. In order to build tolerance, everyone's meal except Mutsumi has a little poison in it. Don't worry, it's only enough to cause diarrhea. And Taiyo's like, what? And you hear his stomach going grrr. And then Futaba says, bathroom's right outside the dining room, however. You need to pick the lock and figure out the passcode in order to get inside. Oh, and the code refreshes every minute. And see this really elaborate looking lock. And Taiyo's like, you gotta be kidding me. Help me. And then Futaba says, Shion, go teach him. And then she says, okay. And then he says, and that's how my hellish life started out. Just trying to get some tea set off the machine gun refrigerator, which is agility. It says, if you don't use the absolute lightest touch when turning the faucet, you'll be drowned in the shower. Accuracy. It says, the Yozakura's torture's reach went far beyond the house. And then he's at school, someone says, are you having spasms, Asano? And he says, I'm fine. And he says, I can't tell them. Tell them that the shirt I received from the Yozakura's is super heavy, no one would ever believe me. So he's got a Yozakura t-shirt, 50 kgs. It's woven with iron wire. Since it looks like a regular t-shirt, it can be adapted to any time, place, or occasion for physical strength. And he says, my body's going to make an indent in the desk. And he says, it's only been 3 days, and honestly, I want to give up. But, and he sees Mutsumi. He got the first week. So, yeah, he's got an infrared gun, shooting accuracy. And, yeah, Shinzo says, you've been able to hit the power button, but if you want to change the channels, you'll have to steady your form more. And Taiyo says, I desperately learned how to survive living in this house. And it says dealing with crisis with Nano. It says nerve gas from the AC goes upwards, so just crawl on the ground. It says, and then week 3, he's able to stop the clock, stops the cuckoo clock, makes it down the stairs, avoids all the infrared wires, or infrared lasers. And then he says, morning. And then Mitsumi says, morning, Taiyo. And then, and she says, amazing, you mastered the hallway and the stairs. Taiyo says, well, I've been here 3 weeks, now I have the basics down, but yeah, the poison. He's like, damn it. He's like, it won't open, as he's pressing buttons and turning the knob. And then, it says, you've been here 3 weeks, yet you still can't open the bathroom door. And Kingo says, okay, I'm coming. And then Nano says, he's cleared all the other traps, though, and in only 3 weeks' time. He might be more talented than us. And Shion says, he just got lucky. But yeah, you see Futaba eating, and then Kingo yells, Taiyo. And he's like, hey, what's wrong? And he's like, wheezing. It says, Taiyo. And then it says, biosafety level 4, super dangerous, and we learned that. He says, it looks like fever due to exhaustion. He was so desperate to adapt to our lifestyle. I told you it was impossible for a normal person to keep up with us. That's what Futaba says. Just rest for now. And he says, I'm fine, I can keep going. I'll finish out my last week. And then, she says, with this body, and she peels off this film, or like a film type substance that's over his actual body, and says, if you keep this up, even if you had 9 lives, you still wouldn't be enough. When we see how beat up he is, he's got bandages everywhere, like gauze, band-aids all over his chest and torso. And Futaba says, I knew it all along. Abnormal results means abnormal methods were used. You've been gathering intel on the traps around the clock. With Shion's analysis and Shinzo's practice, they've helped you improve effectively. With Nano's medical knowledge, he's treated your many wounds and given you powerful drugs so that you don't need to sleep or rest, and Kingo's fake skin has covered your wounds. And then Futaba says, Nano, I'm disappointed in you. I didn't think you were the type to assist with such a suicide mission. And then Nano says, sorry, Futaba. And Taiyo says, don't blame them. They tried to stop me, but I begged them not to. I wanted to become someone who could protect Mutsumi as soon as possible. And then she says, she looks down and smacks him on the head, says, fool. Definitely, sister. You're definitely sisters. Your chops are the same. Because it's chapter 2. And then Futaba says, if you want to protect Mutsumi so much, protect yourself first. If you can't even take care of yourself, how can you possibly take care of someone else? Don't look for shortcuts. Understand that patience is part of your training too. That is, if you plan to keep training here. And so she gives him a book. This is code breaking. She says, this is an old book of mine. You can study it while you're recovering. And then Taiyo says, thank you very much. And it says, take care. Or she says, Futaba says, take care. And then she walks out of the room and says, remembers what she said, don't think you can achieve something just because you want it badly enough. And then she says, looks like I underestimated him. Usually when a normal person pushes themselves that hard, they reach their limit mentally before they do physically. The thing holding him together isn't something as weak as talent or determination, it's his feelings. His love for Mutsumi is almost insane. He's like, I see. And then, she looks at the thing she pulled up on her phone, and it's her spinning Mutsumi, or like a video of her, spinning Mutsumi around. And then, she says Taiyo, or she narrates, I guess, Taiyo might actually be more suitable to protect Mutsumi than I had thought. And the video says, how's that, Mutsumi? And then she says, yeah, you're so great, big sister. And then after 1 month, Taiyo's finally able to open the bathroom. It's like, whoa, it opened. He's like, whoa, he finally cleared the bathroom door. And then, you see the ring on his finger lights up. It says the ring is made of a special alloy that's reacting to the house's computer's electromagnetic waves, which makes it glow. It's an acknowledgement that it's accepted you as one of the family. And, Futaba says, done well this past month. You'll train as a member of our family from now on. And the Taiyo says, yes. And then, So first, let's have you changed into this 100 kilogram shirt, or kg shirt. And then Shion says, oh, we'll go ahead and adjust the difficulty levels of the traps from normal to very hard. That's your reward for clearing them. And then, Taiyo's like, what? It says, my hellish life is getting ramped up. So pretty good first chapter. Taiyo's training begins. And so, he's got pretty much borderline insane feelings for Mutsumi, they say. Or as they described, I guess. The fact that he's putting himself through all this kind of torture, basically, to stay with her, says a lot. And so, now we're moving on to chapter 4. Covering the ring. Right, so, we got Taiyo at school, baseball comes flying at him, someone yells, watch out, and Taiyo just catches it without even looking, throws it back. This is a nice home run. And then someone's talking, and then they, fall down the stairs, and Taiyo is able to stop him with one hand, says, watch your step. And the guy says, thanks. And Mutsumi says, hey, Taiyo. And then Taiyo's like, Mutsumi. And he says, is your morning student council meeting over? And she's like, just come on. She's pushing him off to somewhere. And then, you got some students being like, Sano's no longer shy around people, and those two seem chummier than before, don't you think? Though he's not wearing it today, there's a rumor that they have matching rings. And so, one of the other ones says, it's not just a rumor. Sano's been leaving the Yozakura house in the morning. And he says, are they living together? And then Mutsumi's like, I don't think you've noticed, but your training is making you almost superhuman. If you're not careful, people will notice. I was like, what? And then Mutsumi says, people are saying that they can't feel your presence or hear your footsteps. Everyone's calling you a ninja behind your back. It's like a ninja. And someone says, a boy and a girl talking secretly out of sight. How indecent. This looks like a dog in heat as they come over and take something off Mutsumi. This teacher, I assume, says, wearing ornaments such as these is the beginning of a descent into corruption. I will dispose of this for you. And then Mutsumi says, what? Give that back, it's not against the rules. And this teacher says, rules are not the only thing to adhere to. There are unwritten rules like manners. Oh, she took the ring, that's what she took. Not a thing off her hair. And then she says, pardon my late introduction, I am Ritsu Katai. I've come to fill in for the absent Hirokawa-sensei. It is my duty to steer you moral and uneducated people to the right path. And then she says, go dye that streak of white hair immediately. It's quite vulgar and very distasteful. And then, Taiyo, see him react. She says, hey. And there's this clang sound, or, her walking up the stairs. And then some students come over and say, Mutsumi, did she get you too? And this girl's name is Risa, I guess. Says, you too, Risa. Says, what's with that new teacher? And Risa says, she took the earrings my mom gave me. And this one guy says, I bought that watch with my hard-earned money. It was like a limited edition swimsuit magazine. And, Mutsumi's like, why did you bring that to school? It says she was fired from her previous school for being too strict. Why did they hire her here? And Taiyo says, by the way, what about your ring, Taiyo? And then, Taiyo says, rings are more noticeable on guys, so I wear it on a chain around my neck. Then Mutsumi says, what should I do? She said she was going to get rid of it. There's a lot of important information in that ring, and besides that, and Taiyo says, it'll be okay, Mutsumi. I'll get it back for sure. And then, she says, Taiyo, and we go to like a door. And then she says, the school is full of dim-witted students who seem to have misunderstood their purpose for coming. Better get rid of these confiscated items before they pile up. And someone says, Katai-sensei. And then it says, that voice is second year class C, number 16's Mutsumi Yozakura. And she she locks the safe, opens the door, says, what is it? Mutsumi's got an afro. Huge afro, and she's like, I dyed my hair like you told me to. And Mutsumi's like, I'm very sorry about before. Well then. He's like wiping her tears with like a hanky pretty much. It's like, wait a minute, what's the meaning of this? This is beyond just dyeing your hair. And Mutsumi says, when I was dyeing it with the hairdryer, it got a little frizzy. She's like, it's more than just frizz, your hair exploded. And then, she's got Taiyo on the phone. Taiyo says, okay, let's start the mission. So he's got this rope. It says, made by Shinzo Rope Man Belt. Maximum load 500 kgs, maximum length 50 m. And then Taiyo's thinking it's not so bad being this high up just because there aren't any spikes under me. Must mean I'm getting used to the training. But if I'm going to show the results of enduring that hell, and it plucks a piece of hair. It says made by Kingo, super young gray hair made of shape memory resin that's easy to hide in your hair. So he pulls it off, he's able to use it to unlock the window. So he gets in the room, and then, thinking, Mutsumi's good at keeping her occupied. Fingernail dial combination and key, it's not like they have weapons or money. It's not like they have weapons or money in there. Why is it so secure? But it doesn't look too difficult compared to the traps at the house. And so he sticks a piece of tape on the mouse to get her fingerprint. And then Katai's yelling, enough of this, trying to yank this afro off Mutsumi. I know it's a wig, you're just mocking me. And then Mutsumi's holding it, it's oh, I'm against physical violence. And she's thinking, Taiyo wasn't just upset because of the ring. And very distasteful, he hasn't changed. And then get a flashback. He says, we've arrived, Miss Mutsumi, thanks. Mutsumi saying thanks. It says, we only knew each other as neighbors. Excuse me. And you got young Taiyo saying, and then her saying, oh. It says, we weren't very close compared to now. So she says, morning Asano. He says, morning Yozakura. It says, that was typical for your childhood friends of the opposite sex, but all that changed when we started middle school. It was a turning point in my life, too. No matter how many times I tried, the dye wouldn't stay on this cursed streak of gray hair. I attracted a lot of attention at the opening ceremony, and someone says, Yozakura, was it? What's with that silver hair? Are you trying to stand out? So some girls ganging up on her. It says, the color faded. The color it's stupid. And Mutsumi says it won't dye at all. And then someone pulls out some scissors, says, oh yeah, then why don't you cut it off? And I was that's scary. And I was Taiyo comes in and says, and the girl says, what do you want? And then he takes scissors and cuts his own hair with it. And then Mutsumi says, Asano, stop. Asano, Taiyo. What's with this guy? He's crazy. Let's get out of here, because he just came in and cut his hair. And says, the guidance counselor told me it was too long anyway, so it all worked out. So told him his hair was too long. And Mutsumi says Asano, and then he says, just Taiyo is fine, you called me that a minute ago. And then she says, oh, sorry, I just got caught up. And he says, Taiyo then says, let me know if you get in any more trouble, Mutsumi. And then she says, oh, okay. And then, yeah, they're like, some guys in the class are like, huh, what's with the new look, Asano? You cut so much off. There's a bald strip here. It's like a coin slot for a piggy bank. Let's see if we can put a 10-yen coin in there. And Taiyo's like, stop it. And then, yeah, teacher finally manages to pull the afro off Mutsumi. And then she's like, I knew it was a wig. After a stunt like that, there's no way I'm going to give you a ring. Give him back your ring. But yeah, then she gets back to the classroom, gets back to the room and sees the safe is open. She's like, how? And the next day, and everyone's like, Katai-sensei, thank you for the earrings and my watch. And the guy who had the magazine yells, she's cute. And then, yeah, it says, when you said we could have them back, we wondered what your sudden change of heart was about. I'm sorry. And she, like, yeah. Or she, like, gives all their stuff back, says, I'm sorry. It says, but we can't be mad after you apologize so earnestly. And then she's like, they're all like, oh, did you have a cold yesterday? Your voice sounded weird, but you all right? And she's like, wait, what's happening? And then, yeah, Mitsumi's like, you sounded like you had a cold. And he's like, I can't help it. I was trying to disguise my voice with falsetto. And Mutsumi then says, thanks, Taiyo. And he says, yeah, sure. Then we see off in the distance, or outside the window, there's a balloon with a camera on it. It says, I wasn't able to obtain the goods, but I've analyzed the mansion security. And it says, fine. That's fine. Enlist the courier. Soon, Mutsumi. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, then yeah, like it, share it, subscribe. Or the stream if you did. Like it, share it, subscribe, and I'll see y'all